Hello and welcome back to MotoringBox. This is a quick little update for you guys. After you've seen me replacing the fuel injectors in my XR6 Turbo here, you'll know at the end that this engine wasn't very happy. It would start, first go pretty much, and it would run really well for about the first second before the whole thing just started stumbling and falling over. On the Haltech ESP software, I was getting an error code. It was an engine position error. So naturally I thought I'd disturb something to do with the crank angle sensor, because we've of course had to repair this butchered wiring loom into the ECU. I was pulling on the loom a little bit when I was getting the upper half of the intake manifold off, so I thought perhaps I'd disturb some of the wiring which I'd previously repaired. But I went through that last night. I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it. So it brought me back to one other thing that I actually forgot about during that injector install, and that is, sure, you have to update the flow rate of your injectors on your aftermarket standalone ECU if you have one. But that is actually just one side of it. The second side is actually the injector dead time settings. And that is something I sort of knew about, but I just sort of forgot about it because I didn't actually get any of that information included with the injectors I purchased. And I actually had to go online and try and find that data, which luckily I did on Golby's website. So I'll flash them up on the screen. I never checked this during the installation because I just assumed you're replacing a Bosch injector with another Bosch, so surely they would be the same, right? Well, I was wrong. So the dead time of an injector, I don't know what it's measured in, but it's basically a value of time when that injector receives a pulse, how long it takes for the injector to go from fully closed to fully open. So you have to basically go into your tuning software and make sure the values, which are from the spec sheet of that injector, presumably are matching what you've actually got in the software. And the figures, as you can see, are different depending on the fuel pressure. So the stock standard fuel reg in this car is 4 bar, which is 58 PSI. So if you have a look at this table of figures here running from 8 to 16 volts, I just basically went into the Haltech ESP software, updated those figures, removed the voltages which I didn't have figures for, and the engine fired up first go and ran perfectly. So I'll start it up for you in a second, but yeah, it turns out that is the problem. So it is really quite frustrating that that error code sort of sent me in the completely wrong direction. It was the fuel injector dead time all the way along, nothing to do with the engine position at all. So it's very funny that it triggered that code, and I don't know why. I'm not even going to pretend to understand how that happened, but basically, yes. As soon as we put the correct dead time figures into the Haltech ESP software, the problem's been solved. The injector flow rate is still set to 1120 as per the spec sheet. So I am over the moon that that was an easy solution, an easy fix to a problem that was really bugging me. I was losing sleep last night over that. So I was really thankful to be able to come down here today, figure it out, and the car is again running flawlessly. So let's start this thing up. You can have a listen and we'll finish this thing up. So yeah, that's it. This engine is again back to running super smoothly as it should be. Now, of course, this is still a base tune. We need to get this thing tuned in the near future, but I still have a couple of things left I want to do before that happens. And I'm still saving my money to pay for the tuning fees. I'm trying to work out who's actually going to tune it. So yeah, there's a few things still up in the air, which we need to work out, but we're getting there. So thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.